Hey y'all, it's me, Laura Burns. Welcome to vlog 8. Welcome back to my channel if you've been here before. And if you're new, here come your jazz hands that you get, whether you want them or not. So, vlog 8. I'm super excited. And this vlog is kind of a by request vlog. So I have a list of things that people have asked me to do or demonstrate or show or whatever, and so that's what this vlog is going to be. I've actually had a lot of fun kind of asking people what they want, or finding comments in my YouTube video section, or the comment section of my YouTube videos where people are asking questions or something. I'm like, I'm going to put that in my vlog. So here we go. And the first thing that I'm going to tell you about is a detailed explanation of a new project that I'm launching that is really exciting. If you are part of the Facebook community, then you already know about this, so you're like ahead of the curve. If you are not part of the Facebook community, you're probably like, what the heck is this lady talking about? So number one, if you want to hang out with us and interact with me in a live video, most days I do them, or just be around a community of people who are like-minded and cool and are interested in having meaningful connections in a non-judgmental space, check out the link below in the box and come join our Facebook group. Okay, so the thing that I'm talking about is this deck of cards. And if you've seen previous vlogs and you've seen me pull cards, you may have seen my prototype deck that was these squares. I finally have my like for realsies prototype deck. And this one is my personal deck. It actually, the real version that people will be getting when they order them does not look like this, because here on this side, I did change the name and it's in just like a real bold black print. So this says Your Courageous Heart, and the name, right after I ordered my prototype deck, I changed the name to My Courageous Heart, because each of you will look at this and you'll say My Courageous Heart, and that is exactly what I want you to feel. So here's going to be just a description of these cards, what they are, what they're made out of, how to use them, like what is the point of these things, and then these really cool seasonal packages that I'm going to send out. So here's some information. This is what the front of the deck will look like, except the name will look different. They are, for reference, like for me, kind of palm size. I think they're 3.5 inches was the size of the card that I ordered. All the backs are the same. They have that graphic, and then all the fronts of the card, or back or front, you decide which one is which. They all have the printing. So let's just talk about the material, because I have gotten a lot of questions about the material. The manufacturer that I'm ordering them from has levels of like a quality, basically, and the like base level is like thin cardstock that gets coated with some kind of, you know, clear protective thing, and then it goes up from there. Thicker cardstock, better coating, and then you get to the highest quality, which is what I'm making these cards out of, which is not paper coated in something. These are 100% plastic, so you can hear. Well, I don't know, that sounds like plastic to me, but maybe it just sounds like a card to you. So the reason I'm doing these out of the highest quality material is because I want them to be waterproof. I want them to be tear resistant. I want these things to hold up over time, because hopefully you're using these, you know, every day, or maybe sometimes twice a day. They're gonna get a lot of use, so I want them to really hold up over time. I want them to be a really quality item that you have as part of your self-care routine. So what are they? They are cards that you can use at any time of the day, once, more than once a week, whatever, that can help you to ask you questions that gets you in your body, in your brain, really thinking about stuff. So for example, there are cards that are questions designed to make you think. What do I need? What do I want? What does my body need? What am I feeling? What am I scared of? What am I holding back from? Just all these questions that in your daily life you don't tend to ask yourself, but that are really important to your personal development, your growth, your spiritual well-being, your mental health, your body positivity, your self-care, just all the things. These questions are really helpful. And then you have just kind of reminders that are very helpful. For example, this one of my faves, I'm worthy of love and respect from outside and from within. It's not a question, it's just a reminder, a thought, something to bring into your mind to think about. These are great as journal prompts. You can use these with students if you're a teacher. You know, you pull a card and then you have them journal about it or just have a discussion about these things. And then there's little activities. I'm trying to find, I'm just going through, oh my gosh, of course. Okay, so here's one. Take a moment to be mindful. So this is literally asking you to stop right now and have a mindful moment. Noticing your body. If you're eating, noticing what you taste in your mouth and where that was grown or how it was prepared, who prepared it, where did it come from. There are kind of body love exercises in here. There are that mindful exercise. There's just self-care exercises. Everything can be done in 30 seconds, or you can draw it out. You can add journaling, you can add reflection time. You can pull these with a friend and just discuss these things. It's a really nice way to have meaningful connections with another person if you want to do that, or you can also just do it and have that meaningful connection with yourself. So the way that I like to use these cards is to give them a shuffle. I have my little pulling a card ritual. So I give them a shuffle once or twice, and then I cut the deck and I pull the top card. So today our card is Deep Down I'm Feeling. I'm answering this. I'm just answering. I didn't, you know, plan this out. I'm just going to answer it how I would normally. Deep down I'm feeling hopeful, anxiously optimistic about projects that are happening with work, about things that might happen in my personal life. Yeah, it's a lot to think about. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of potential, and I feel that anxiety that comes right behind the excitement. And so it's a good opportunity for me to unpack why I feel anxious and to help calm myself down, because usually my anxiety comes from things that are not real, things that are like what if scenarios, right, that are not actually happening. So deep down I'm feeling. So you can answer that question for yourself. You can think about it. You can unpack the feelings that come up when you ask yourself that question. What am I feeling deep down in this moment? And this could change. In 10 minutes, you could have a different answer. That's why these are so cool. You could pull the same card every time and have a different answer every time. I love these cards. I've been wanting to make them for a couple years now. I finally made it happen thanks to the love and support from the people in the Facebook community. I really appreciate them. If you're watching, I really appreciate you. I'm really proud of these. They're great quality. I have hand-picked all 24 cards that are in this pack. And here's the thing though. I have a lot more cards that I have created or that I want to create. And so here is what I have developed so that we can have more cards in our life, so we can build our deck, is over the next year, starting in June, I'm going to have these seasonal self-care packages that if you want, you can sign up for these. And in June, September, December, and March, I will send to you 8 new cards to add to your deck and a handmade zine that's all like a seasonal zine. So in the zine, if you don't know what a zine is, it's like a handmade magazine, so you control everything that goes into it. I was a big zine person in the 90s and have rediscovered them in the past few years and just love making them. They're so fun. So I'm gonna hand make this self-care zine, and inside will be custom seasonal yoga sequences, custom seasonal mantra, an affirmation that goes with each of the 8 cards that is coming to you as part of the package, a body love exercise, a self-care exercise, and a seasonal recipe, just something that I love to make that is representative of the season. And then other stuff that I decide to put in there that I haven't decided on yet. But those things will be there, plus more, plus like collage or poems, not mine, but like great actually good poems. Anything that I find that I want to include in the zine that I think will be nice for you to see, to ease into the season, to embrace the season as it comes, whichever season it may be. If that is appealing to you, the self-care package, then if you want, you can order the deck and the packages. So you could get the base deck of the 24 cards and then 4 self-care packages that'll have 8 cards and a zine each. And like really flesh out your deck, have it be so big and awesome. They'll all, you know, have the same aesthetic, they'll have the same graphic on the back and the same font. So they'll all meld together and build just one like perfect big deck. So I'm really excited about that. If you're interested in learning more about the cards and seeing the pricing and everything, you can click on the link in the box below. It'll take you to my website where you can see all the info. Whew. Okay, that was a long time of me talking about these cards. I'm just really excited, you guys. I just feel so good about them and have really enjoyed developing them with lots of feedback from you guys. Pulling these cards has become a really important part of my life, which sounds really like woo-woo and cheesy, but having this built-in time of self-reflection has been really great. And I feel like I'm spending more time on me and am feeling more connected to my feelings, even though it's quick, right? It can take like no time at all, or you can, you know, make it longer. I don't know. I'm super into these. I think that they're a great gift to give yourself. If you know somebody who'd be into it, they'd be a really good gift to give somebody else. So yeah, if you have questions, comment below. I'm happy to answer your questions. If you want to see them in action, come join the community because I pull a card like every day in there. So you can see, you know, like how we respond to them and, you know, just kind of get like a better idea. So the My Courageous Heart deck. Oh, here's an important thing. So it's called the My Courageous Heart deck. Now the graphic on the front shows my logo. And here in this drawing of me, I'm doing what is called a mudra, which is a hand position. And the mudra that I'm doing looks like this. This is the Courageous Heart mudra. And I've had this logo for a while, and I wanted me in it. I wanted the Courageous Heart mudra because I think that it takes courage to be vulnerable. And being vulnerable is really like so much of what I'm about. To grow and to learn, you have to be vulnerable. To connect with other people in meaningful ways, you have to be vulnerable. And it takes such courage to live this way. So to me, this mudra is a reminder of that feeling. It is something that enhances that feeling in me. And I just love it so much. And so it's perfect. These cards help you make those connections. They help you ask those important questions. They help you to be vulnerable, and they support you in that. They make it easier to be vulnerable, to make those connections, either with yourself or with other people. So calling this deck the My Courageous Heart deck, it just makes sense to me. So, okay, I thought I was done, and then I said more stuff. I'm really done this time. So this is a deck. You can tell I'm really into it. I'm very proud of it. I hope that you ask questions or join the community so you can see, you know, me pull cards on the regular. If you're interested in it, buy it for a friend. If you want like happy, loving self-care mail to come to you, you can sign up for the packages. I'm really excited to make those. So, okay, I'm not going to say anything more about the cards. And so for the rest of this vlog, I'm going to be doing request stuff. There's like a hairstyle, there's an outfit. What else? Peacocks. I'm looking at my list. And how to measure yourself. That's what we're doing. All right, see y'all later. Hey, so now is the time where I show you by request how I do my space buns hairstyle. And you may already know how to do this, but it was requested, so I am going to show you. If you're like, Laura, everybody knows how to do this, it's too simple, then you can fast forward or just watch me for entertainment purposes. I am not a hairdresser. This is just how I do it. I'm also not like super concerned with like perfection in every way. So if you are, you can take more time. So I'll just start by brushing out my hair. And this is the perfect time, actually. This is like around when I would do this because my hair is dirty. So when my hair is clean, I don't wash my hair every day. So when my hair is clean, I like to try and wear it down as much as I can because it looks nice. And then after a couple days, you know, it gets gross. So I put dry shampoo in my hair today, but dry shampoo just makes my hair look oily. I don't know what the deal is. My hair just doesn't like dry shampoo. So anyway, it's a good time for it because my hair is dirty, and one of the ways that I disguise my getting greasy hair until it's time to wash it is by doing different updos. So all I'm going to do now is part it down the center. So I use one of these. Can you see this? Look, I'm like a beauty YouTuber. One of these combs. This is the Goody is the brand. It's the Amp It Up. I think it's for teasing, actually. There's some gunk in here from when I was bleaching my hair. That's gross. Sorry. Okay, so I'm not super like exact with it, so I'll just, you know, make a part, and then whatever that is, I will live with it. Because my hair naturally, or I part it this way, then this side is always puffier, so when I make my space buns, I pull the hair pretty tight. And then for the part down the back, I just continue the line. And this is really the part where I'm like, whatever. If you like really care about having a perfect line in the back, then, you know, you can check it in a mirror to see how your line looks, and adjust anything that needs adjusting. I don't care that much. I'm just going to secure this side of my hair with an elastic so it's out of the way. I've never done a hair tutorial before, so this is pretty funny. Is this a good look? Alright, so now all that's left is this side of the hair, and I'm just going to start making a big pigtail. And you want to make sure it's, you know, smooth. And you can decide how high you want your space buns to be. I like them right up here at the top of my head, but you can also do these low. You are the boss. You can do whatever you want. Alright, so I'm just gonna secure this up into a pigtail, and then I'll do the other side. You can hear the peacocks screaming outside. The window is open. And so there's my pigtail. So sorry, the light here, this is an old house. The light here is one of those old fluorescent tube lights. It's a horrifying, as you can see, but it does make this noise. So that's what that noise is. You're probably used to much nicer sounds because I usually film things in my office where we don't have these noises. Alright, so I'm just going to make my other pigtail. No, I'm getting hair from the other pigtail. Jeez. I'm a mess. You might be much faster than me in making pigtails. If so, good for you. I'm not super quick with hair things. You know, I don't really do my hair very much. I really only do things because it's like, oh, my hair is looking gross. And I need to make it look less gross because I'm not ready to wash it yet. Okay. These are super uneven. Look. Can you see? This one's like way lower. Okay. So now's the time where you fix. Pull this one down a little. Pull this one up a little. Alright. see, pretty good, pretty even. If you're into this look, you can just leave it like this. I feel like a dog. Y'all, my hair is getting so long, it's amazing. Okay, so here's the part where we turn it into the buns, and I just used 2 more hair elastics. You can use whatever you want, any color. I just have like a bunch of these black ones. So I twist the whole thing, and then I just start coiling it around. So sometimes I'll coil it like right now and I don't like how it looks. So I'll just undo it. And it just depends, like sometimes when my hair is dirtier, it looks better, honestly. So sometimes I have to do it a few times. That's better. All right, I like this one better. And then I just get my hair elastic and secure that bun. Ta-da! And then we'll do the other side. I just twist it and wrap. There will be a direction that your hair naturally wants to go in. So you just follow your hair's lead. Whichever way it's wanting to go is the way that you should go. Okay, and then space buns. Now if you want, ooh, so I'm just gonna spray a little hairspray. Because I am gonna be wearing this for the rest of the day, and I don't want them to, I don't know. Let's just put a lot on, huh? And ta-da! Here they are. The line in the back feels fairly straight. We'll see. I won't know what that looks like until I do the editing. But like I said, I really don't care. Sometimes when I do it, it ends up in a zigzag, which actually looks really cute. If you're a perfectionist, you really care about that straight line, then you'll want to check it before you really form your pigtails. But yeah, so that is my space bun look. Here, I'll stand right there so you can see them. That's how I do it when my hair is dirty and I'm trying to avoid washing my hair. I hope that that was at least entertaining for you, if not educational. And yeah, all right, let's go measure ourselves. Hello. Now, by request, we are going to talk about how to measure yourself so that when you're online shopping, you can try and really find clothing that is most likely to fit you. Because, you know, it's really annoying when you shop online. You get so excited, the mail finally comes, and then it doesn't fit. And then you either have to pay to send it back because this company doesn't pay for return shipping, or you have to remember, you know, to return it within a certain time. So I'm just going to cover a really basic way to measure yourself so that when you online shop, you can find clothes that are more likely to fit you. If you have a tape measure, a flexible tape measure like this, great. But you know, for me, this doesn't go around my widest part of my body. So I just wanted to share with you a way to get around that. So this works for measuring everything except for around my hips. So here's what I do if I want to measure my hips. I get some yarn or string or twine or whatever, just something that's nice and long. You'll want to have some scissors. And I'm going to show you what I'm doing in a second. I'm just making sure that the string is going to be long enough to go around, and then some, because you don't want it to be super tight. And then I'm just going to cut it off. So now we just have a piece of string. I like this. So I take my string and I'm going to hold it around the widest part of my body, which is kind of the top of my butt and around my lower belly. And it's best to have somebody else measure you because then you can stand perfectly straight. But a lot of times you don't have that person, or you don't want someone else measuring you just for whatever reason. Maybe you're not comfortable. So try to stand as straight as you can. And so the yarn, the string, whatever, goes around you. You don't want to pull it tight so that it's like, you know, pressing into your skin, but you also don't want it to be loose. You want it to be just taut. And then find the end, and you can either cut it or make a knot. I'm just going to make a knot right there where my finger was. Perfect. So this then is the circumference of my hips. So then you just hold it up to your tape measure, and it won't be long enough, but you'll know where to start again. So I get to the end, here we are right here, and then I'm just going to go back up to the top. I mark that spot with my finger, and I'm going to put that right at the beginning, and there we go. Exactly the same as I thought it would be. So around the largest part of my body, around my butt and my lower belly, is 66 inches. Now, if you look, here's the thing about size charts. If you look on a size chart, 66 inches usually comes up as a size 34 because size charts are not amazing and accurate and wonderful like we would want them to be. If I actually put on a size 34, like say a size 34 pair of jeans, they would fall off of me because size charts are not made to actually like reflect the size of your body. So I guess it is, the person who requested this said, I know it sounds stupid or simple, but you know, I get confused and have trouble online shopping. So you do have to know. So if my hips are a 66, I know that really I should be looking for size charts that are saying about 60 to 62 because I have learned that that is the size of clothes that's actually going to fit me. And that usually ends up being a 4X, a size 28, sometimes a 30, depending on the garment. And also you have to take into account, is it stretchy? Is it not stretchy? If you're talking about your waist, so say you measure your waist, we'll do mine. So for this, I know I can use my measuring tape. So there's different areas for your waist. There's here, which is my natural waist, which is the area of your body that naturally goes in. And some people have a much more defined natural waist, and some people have less of a defined waist. So you just want to look for the smallest part. And my natural waist is pretty high up, you can see. It's pretty close to my bust line. That's called having a high waist. And a lot of people's natural waist is about here. It's a little lower down. So my natural waist then is 52. So I know that if I look at size charts and the waist is a 52, the clothes are going to be too big. So I know, because of trial and error, that if I'm looking at, say, like a high-waisted skirt that I know I'm going to wear here at my natural waist, that I need to look at something that is probably like a, they would say the size is like, what do I usually look for? Like a 50 or sometimes even a 48 because stuff stretches. If it's not a stretchy item, then I would go closer to your actual measurement. But keep in mind that size charts are not accurate a lot of the time. A lot of stores just have one size chart for their whole line of clothing, and so that is never going to be accurate across every item of clothing that they sell. So you just have to look at the garment. Is it stretchy? What is the shape like? Is it very bodycon? Is it more A-line or trapeze style? All these things. So this is natural waist, and then down here is about like where your pants would go. This is then what is sometimes just called the waist. So look at your garment. Is it something meant to be worn here? Then you need to know your measurement for here. For your bust, there's usually two measurements depending on what you're purchasing. If you're purchasing something that has a band size, the band size is right here under your chest. So not across the larger part, but right underneath. So that's going to be your band size. And then the bust is right here. So whether you are a person with breasts or not, whatever size your chest is, you want to go about like nipple level. And again, you don't want to pull it tight so that it's like cutting in, because it's going to give you a false number. It's going to be too small. And you also don't want it loose, so it's like, you know, falling down. You want it to be level in the back and coming right across the fullest part. Right around here. Well, not twisted, but yeah. So like that. So my bust is, depending on the bra that I'm wearing, and that's another good point, between 56 and what I just had right now, which is 58. But I know to look for items that are about 56, because anything bigger than that is usually too big up in the top. So it seems like what I'm saying across the board is take your measurements and then a couple inches down. But that's for the kind of clothes that I wear, which are stretchy, which fit a little looser. If your style of clothing is more tailored, is not so stretchy, then I would go much closer to your actual measurements. But you also have to, you know, just kind of use trial and error, because every company is going to be different. There's no universal sizing. There's no standard way of sizing garments. And so, you know, one company may super vanity size things so that your size is much smaller than it actually is, or people just have their own way of sizing things. So I, in some companies, I'm a 30, 32. And in a lot of companies, I'm a 28. Sometimes I'm a 26, 28. Sometimes I'm just a 26. You know, it totally varies. And even within the same company, you know, different garments will fit differently. So you can measure around your arm. You want to do it right here across kind of the widest part, because a lot of times certain garments will have arm measurements. You can measure around your thigh, the fullest part of your thigh, so that you know if you're able to get thigh measurements that those pants or shorts or whatever are going to fit. What else? I would say keep a post-it note with your measurements written down, so that if you're online shopping and you can't remember, then you can refer to your post-it note. I know my measurements pretty well within, you know, an inch or two, just because I online shop a lot, and so I have to kind of check in and make sure that I'm still buying the right size. And then I have learned over time which companies run big, which companies run small, which companies I can really trust their size chart and go with my measurements, and which companies are like way out in left field and my measurements have nothing to do with their measurements on the site. It's like, why do you even provide a size chart? Because this is crazy. I hope this was helpful. If you have any more questions about sizing or measuring yourself, let me know. I'm happy to respond to the best of my ability. I mean, I'm not an expert. I just am a fat person who online shops a lot. So I know, you know, about measuring myself and about how to figure out really based on a size chart. And I would say when you're shopping, for each garment you're looking at, check the size chart in case that company is great and has a separate size chart for each garment. That's really ideal, because then for each thing you can really look at those sizing or that sizing for that particular garment, and you're much more likely to have something that fits. But so in general, just to recap, measure yourself, write them down, and pay attention to the material, the stretchability, the cut, you know, and try to make an educated, informed decision about what size to order. And I would always say, when in doubt, order up, like order the larger size, because you can always have something tailored, and it's much easier to tailor it down a size or a half size than it is to try and make something bigger. So when in doubt, go for the larger size. If you have the money, order both sizes and return the other one if it's not expensive to return things. Okay, I hope that was helpful.